Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Check, 47. Damn. Slam. Tighten up. Shift. Yeah.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Check nickel. Here we go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Back at the 16-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Opposite. Let him. Check.
To throw, it's Breeze. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check 4. Hey, Alpha.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check, check, check. Kill, kill. Bravo.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. A gain there of 21 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready?
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Whoa.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
No chance. Switch.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Show 2. Kill.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Hey!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. 5-1. Mike 50.
Kamara try the right side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Ready. Yellow lady. Get that quarterback. And all. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
A give to Kamara running right. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Check. 11. Hatch it.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Check 26.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal.
Fresno. You're good.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 74 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Easy, opposite. Hey, easy.
Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Breeze. This is caught inside the 15. Over 30 yards there, and 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Kamara. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Ready. Yellow lady. 42. Pick me up. Here we go. 20 seconds.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and
Ready.
1.
5-9. I'm coming after you. Here we go, 21. Mike's 50. Hey, Echo.
Here we go with Kamara, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd down, Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Check. 25. Check 25.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Ginn. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
We need team. Stay with your man. Slam. We need to do it.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Check it back.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 24, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, box truck.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit. 56, Mike, 56. Run.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. Returnable here for Davis. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Breeze. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Hey, kill.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check three.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He digs him partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to fire into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike, ready. 5-9.
Running with Kamara. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
36. Check, 42's the mic. Check, 49.
On the ground, Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. 3 down.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Matthews, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
1st down, Green Bay.
319.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A game of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Rodgers now to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 25 yards for the touchdown, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
11.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. Dancing to his left. Left side, caught by Matthews. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Right there, 56. Over. You got nothing.
Breeze now on first down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Trying the left side with Kamara. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Ready. We're waiting.
Mach 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want Jim.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he hits his man, Matthews. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Breeze now after the pick on the last drive. 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara.
I got you, boy.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11. Hey, orbit. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check.
Now Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
No. 258. Check right.
On 1st down, it's Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
They're running it. Sponge. No. Over.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Craig Robertson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
36.
To throw is Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. A 3rd down gain of 19. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jump out. Right 52. 6'6". Pull it high. That's track.
Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. On play action, it's Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself. To make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Mike 50, Mike 50. I got me. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Go. Here I come.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets it to Matthews, complete. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Ready? Yellow lady. 56. Let's go. Check 30. Sammy. Swing.
A give. This is Kamara. Down right around the 25. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to advance to the divisional round. And his kick is indeed good. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation.